Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a book scavenger hunt. I thought I would be able to do this in my room, just kind of take you guys around my bookshelf and do a scavenger hunt through my bookshelf, but first off, you can't walk in my room currently. It's a complete disaster, has been for a long time, but I especially noticed it when trying to film. And second off, I don't have just a singular bookshelf. I have a bookshelf over here, I have a bookshelf above my desk, I have a bookshelf above my closet, I have a bookshelf under my window. I just have, my whole room is books and porcelain dolls. That's my bedroom. So yeah, there was no way for me to possibly film this video in my room, so I went ahead and picked out the books and I figured I'd just show you. I'm sorry if that's not as exciting or fun, but it was the only realistic way for me to be able to do this. So this is called Do I Have That Book Challenge, and I saw it done on Hailey and Bookland's channel, and I will link that video down below. She had the original video linked down below. I don't remember who it was, but I'll also link their video down below. And basically it's a 20-question challenge asking if you have these specific kinds of books. So I thought it would be a fun way to go through my bookshelf, completely ruin my bookshelf by pulling out every book I own and just having a little fun. So the first challenge is a book with deckled edges. I literally searched, first I had to Google what deckled edges is, and I'll insert a picture here or here, I don't know, wherever editing Rachel feels like. But it's a book that has like pages that are all different lengths that stick out on the side, and I don't have a book with deckled edges. Actually, I think I did have a book with deckled edges, and I actually literally donated it because it had deckled edges. Like, I don't like that style at all. So yeah, I don't have anything like that on my bookshelf. So we already started off this challenge with a fail. So the next question is, do you have a book with 3 people or more on the cover? And I do. So I have The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han, and it has 3 people, 1, 2, and a blurry guy back there, but he still counts. This book is kind of beat up. I bought it from a used bookstore. I think it used to be a library book, so I expect it to be beat up. Yep, here's the library stamp. So, but yes, it does have 3 people on the cover. And I picked up this book just because I have not seen P.S. I Love You by Jenny Han yet, or the movie on Netflix based on the book by Jenny Han, because I haven't read the book, and so I refuse to watch the movie until I read it. But when I was buying that book, the bookstore also had this book, so I was like, maybe we'll really like Jenny Han, who knows? But I picked them both up. So next is, do I have a book that is based on another fictional story? So I have Part of Your World by Liz Braswell. This is from her retelling of, I guess, like Disney story series. This is the tale of What If Ariel Never Defeated Ursula. Ellie Novak gave this to me for Christmas. I still haven't read it, but it is based on The Little Mermaid. The next question is, do I have a book where the title is 10 letters long? And I do. That book is Textrovert by Lindsay Summers. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, exactly 10 letters long. And in case you haven't heard of this story, this is based on the Wattpad book, The Cell Phone Swap. This is her published version. That it's a cute little fun summer read, and I would definitely recommend. The next question is, do I have a book where the title starts and ends with the same letter? And I do. That book is Alex and Eliza by Melissa De La Cruz. This book was in my book haul at the beginning of the year. I picked it up. I picked it up off of a Facebook book sale, and yeah, I'm really excited to read it. I just haven't gotten around to it yet, but it definitely starts and ends with A, Alex and Eliza. Do I have a mass market paperback book? So I think this is a mass market paperback book. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure this copy of Nicholas Sparks' The Longest Ride is a mass market book. Those are usually smaller. Like, if this is the normal size of a book, then they're like just teeny little ones. I read this after I saw the movie. Embarrassing, I know, but I did read the book, and I loved the book. I loved the movie. Like, it's one of my favorite Nicholas Sparks movies, and it's one of my favorite romantic movies. but I love the book even more. I thought it was such a great read, and if you haven't read the book, then definitely give it a go. Do I have a book written by an author using a pen name? I do. I have Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling, which is a pen name. This actually wasn't the first book that came to mind. I was like, a pen name? How do I know if it's a pen name or their real name? Like, I never asked them. But as I was going through my shelf, I have a whole just Harry Potter shelf because I have so many books dedicated to Harry Potter. And I was like, oh, duh, J.K. Rowling. So, yeah. Obviously, pretty much everybody in the world has heard of Harry Potter. If you haven't read it, I would give it a go. I know some people say it's overrated or they can't get into it because of all the hype, but I think it's a really fun series, and I also love Harry Potter World at Universal, so 100% would recommend. Do I have a book with the character's name in the title? I have a few actually, but the first one that came to mind, Hailey did in her video, so I was like, oh, Leah on the Offbeat, and I was like, oh, Hailey did that one. I don't want to do the same one. So I did Eliza and Her Monsters. I have not read this book because I know it's going to hit me very hard. I think I'll really be able to relate, and that scares me. So I am looking to read this book. It's on my yearly TBR. I just keep putting it off because I feel like I'm gonna fall in love with it, and I'm not ready. Do I have a book with 2 maps in it? Though this one may be considered a cheat, but I'm counting it. I have Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi, and there's a map in the front of the world and basically everything that they're doing, where they're traveling, and then there's a map in the back. And you might say, Rachel, that's the same map, but guess what? It's printed in here twice, so it counts. If you haven't read Children of Blood and Bone, I don't blame you. When I pre-ordered this book because of the hype, and I had never read a real hard-hitting fantasy before, and when I got it, I was like, what the heck did I just order? I'll never read this in my life. But then I forced myself to read it last year, and I absolutely fell in love with it. It was one of my favorite reads of the year. I was so intimidated by it, but once I gave it a chance, I absolutely loved it, so I would definitely recommend. Do I have a book that was turned into a TV show? I have a book that is being turned into a TV show, and that is My Life with the Walter Boys by Ali Novak. If you haven't heard, Comics, who produced The Kissing Booth by Beth Reekles, is now producing My Life with the Walter Boys, and they have paired up with Sony to produce a TV show, and I am so excited. I cannot wait. This was one of the first books I ever read on Wattpad, as you can see. Wattpad is written down here. Ali Novak is one of my very best friends, and I'm just so excited for her and so excited to see this movie come to life. This TV show, not movie. This TV show come to life. Do I have a book written by someone who was originally famous for something else? I do. That book is Dodie, Secrets for the Mad. Dodie, in case you didn't know, she was originally a YouTuber and a singer. Her EP just came out beginning of January, middle of January, and this is her book. She wrote this after being a YouTuber, so first famous for being a YouTuber, then wrote a book. I haven't read this one yet, but I'm very, very intrigued to. I really want to. There's so many books and so little time. Do I have a book with a clock on the cover? I spent so long searching for a book with a clock on it, and this was the best that I could do. So I have The Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's part of the Great Illustrated Classics by Victor Hugo. And in case you don't know, The Hunchback of Notre Dame works a clock tower, and I'm sure that there's a clock on here somewhere. Just don't look too close. But this counts. He's a clock tower person, and there's a clock tower on here somewhere. Do you have a poetry book? I have many poetry books, most of them by Amanda Lovelace. I have one by Gabby Hanna, one by Ruby Kaur. I have a whole collection of poetry books, but this one's my newest one, The Mermaid Returns in this one. I got the signed edition because I'm obsessed with Amanda Lovelace, so excited. I haven't actually read it yet. I just got it in the mail a week ago, I think, and I was in the middle of reading another book, but yes, very excited. Usually I devour these the day they come in, so I'm very upset that I haven't read it yet. but this is my next read, and I'm ready to be torn apart once again by Amanda Lovelace. Do I have a book with an award stamp on it? I do. I have The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. It has all of these award stamps. One for the Award of Excellence for Young Adult Literature, the Coretta Scott King Award, the William C. Morris Debut Award. It has a lot of awards on it. And yeah, I bought this. I didn't buy this book when it was brand new, obviously, because it has all these stamps. I bought it for a Wattpad book club meeting thing that we do, the Wattpad Stars Book Club. That's what it's called. And so that's when I bought this book. I absolutely loved it. I would recommend it 100%, 10 times over. And look at all these awards. Obviously, it's a great read. Do I have a book written with an author as the same initials by me? I spent so long searching for a book with the author as the same initials. I'm Rachel Meinke. I have Emma Mills, Rebecca Skye. I don't know, just a bunch of authors who have one initial the same as me, but not two. Lorraine McDaniel. We're really close there, but we didn't make it. So to satisfy this one, I have the Snow anthology. And if you look in the middle there's my name, and I have the same initials as me. And that's not cheating because I am an author who has my same initials. Also, this book is no longer available for sale on Amazon, but you can find it on CreateSpace if you want to have this giant collection of short stories by all of these authors, including myself. Yeah. Subtle plug. Do I have a book of short stories? So I actually have a stack of books that as a kid, my parents used to read me stories from. So one of those is Treasury of Fairy Tales. Look, it came from Marshall's. But yeah, so this is just a bunch of stories, fairy tales, and my parents used to read me stories from this at night. And I still have it because I never get rid of books. Do I have a book that is between 500 and 510 pages long? Again, the book I came up with, well, first I checked The Problem with Forever by Jennifer Armentrout, and it has like 472 pages. And then I found The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, which has like 501, I think. But it's the same one Hailey chose, so I didn't want to do the same one. So I pretty much ruined my bookshelf trying to find a book with 500 pages, and I found Our Dark Duet by Victoria Schwab. And in case you're wondering, this book has 510 pages exactly. So yeah, this is the second book to the series. The first one is This Savage Song. I got the series for my birthday. I haven't read them yet, but I've heard really good things about them. It's like a dark, twisted fantasy, and that sounds amazing to me. So not like scary dark, but like realistic dark. I don't know if that makes any sense. But when I heard about it, I knew I needed to read it. So definitely on my TBR. Do I have a book that was turned into a movie? I have quite a few books that have been turned into movies because I must read the book before I watch the movie. My personal rule. But the one that came to my mind first was The Kissing Booth by Beth Reekles. In case you haven't seen the movie, it's on Netflix. It was one of the top movies of the summer. A sequel to the movie was just announced, and 2 more books in the series were just announced. This was one of the very first copies of the books. It's not the movie cover edition, but as you can see, I loved this book for a long time. It's pretty yellowed, pretty messy, and then she signed it for me at WatCon last year. So yep, I like having multiple copies of books that I like, so I might end up picking up the movie cover version. Look at this book, it just kind of flops because I've beaten it up over the years. But yeah, I'm so proud of Beth, and I'm so excited for the sequel. Do I have a graphic novel? I kind of cheated for this one. I don't personally have any graphic novels, but I couldn't even tell you how many years ago. I was probably in middle school. I gifted my brother a graphic novel for Christmas, and he never read it, but I have it. I have Iron Man, Demon, and a Bottle by by this author whose name I'm not gonna try and butcher. It's, I don't even know what it's about, but on the back it has Robert Downey Jr. That's not actually Robert Downey Jr., but that's who I associate with Iron Man, and a huge bottle of alcohol. So I don't think I thought about this one when I gifted it to my elementary school brother, but it's talking about how Iron Man drives him to drink, which I guess is what demon in a bottle means. Whoopsies. But yes, I do have this. I don't know how it ended up in my collection, but it counts. So the last question is, do I have a book written by 2 or more authors? The answer is yes. I have Disconnected, written by Sarah Bond, Nikita Gill, Pierre Alex Janty, Amanda Lovelace, Kinesia Lubrin, Trista Mateer, Cyrus Parker, Yina Sharma, I'm not even going to try, Liam Ryan, R.H. Swaney, and Ian S. Thomas. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 authors. I haven't read this one yet. I really, if we're being honest, just bought it for Amanda Lovelace and Cyrus Parker, but I am really intrigued to read it, and I have no idea what to expect. But that was some of the books from the Do I Have That Book challenge. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you've read any of the books and what your thoughts were, including the books I haven't read. Just no spoilers or I'll be very sad. Yeah, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video, which will be on a Monday. Bye. So here is the aftermath of both the videos I just filmed, and now both of these have to go back in my room. Fun! She didn't leave a list of questions, so I have to go through and watch. Do I have these books challenge? What is this challenge called? But that was some of the books from Do I Have from... Now we have to film a thumbnail for this.